Welcome to the Immaterial Gamers Podcast.
Quack.
Whack.
Waddle waddle to the valley next day. Got any grapes?
Hello and everyone and welcome to the Immaterial Gamers Podcast.
I've changed positions.
hell
Have you
was that
noticed?
supposed to be?
I've changed positions. Look,
Yeah.
mine's below me.
Yes, I will not blow you.
No, I said you're below me, not that you.
Below. Okay.
I'll be honest, I did not hear anything to do with blowing nobody. I think that Ryan is just got something on his brain and he wants it to be voiced. And we should talk about that, If we're gonna branch out into non-gaming subject matter, we might as well start with
Mine's love life.
Ryan's weird.
Let's put a pause on that.
Okay. This is the Immaterial Love Life Podcast. We'll start with Ryan, and here's my love life. Anyway, moving on.
I can do better.
We've got
You
Duncan.
missed the part where you want Stefan to blow you. Hi, it's me.
And Steph.
I didn't do it. I swear to God, this better not be a love date shit.
That's an interesting love life Steph has there. I didn't do it. Is that the first thing you say to the cops after you find your wife's body?
I mean, I didn't do it, but like I didn't do it.
Yeah.
New room. I'm in a new room.
Oh yeah, Duncan's in a new room with new laid down doggo, man. Is that Max? It's just in the corner,
Yeah.
just like
That's him.
That's dead doggo. For this recording, this will be the dead doggo until he moves.
Yeah, he does a really good impression of a dead dog.
Is it
He's
like a
doing it
cat?
right
The cats do statues. Your dogs do dead.
They play dead. They just never do it on command. Because if I talk to them at all, they're like,
Why? Well, just before the start of this, you went to talk to Max, and Max is sat there doing nothing.
yeah, that's true.
I don't want to respond to commands today.
No, Max is like, new room, comfy bed. I'm not moving. Go away.
Okay.
Hmm?
I can't hear you. I don't know.
Oh, there
Hopefully
seems to be a loose wire issue of some sort.
Headset's being retarded.
We'll be right back after some messages.
Be interesting to put the technical difficulties music in the middle of a podcast.
What is our technical music?
It's a bossa nova, like generic bossa nova loop number 2.
Can we not just get Roadworks?
I think my headset is like dying or something.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear.
Can we not get Roadworks? Just
I don't know
generic
if I can find a
Roadworks.
generic pneumatic drill noise.
All I have to do is look on fucking YouTube and just take the sound off the
I've got to do
background.
some DMCA stuff. Oh yeah, while we're at it, I know it's
Find
not one of
us
the.
there, YM.
It's the DMCA. It's not one of the news pieces that we'll be talking
DMCA.
about a little later on, but Twitch, they screwed up.
What
What
they
did they
do
do this time?
So, very quick background. Yeah, like this time.
What did they do this time?
So, a few months back, Twitch said they were going to be working with the DM, or like in line with the DMCA, of removing clips from Twitch for anyone who is using copyrighted music in their streams.
Okay.
So that's any copyrighted music based on a
Don't they have,
library
like,
that
a
Twitch had.
feature that
Okay.
you can, like,
So if
pay
it wasn't
to-
on the library they had and it was still copyrighted, what was happening there?
Then it'll just get added to the copyright list. It's the way the DMCA takedown
So
system works.
basically,
It's the
as
same
a-
thing. If someone says that their stuff's copyrighted, there you go, takedown request. It's as it is on YouTube, except that it would be that and future stuff. So there was already a thing, and in response, Twitch said there was going to be a library of safe songs that could be used. Certain developers like Riot have basically turned around and said all our non-collaborative works can be used on stream.
So
For example,
basically-
basically anything that doesn't have any artists that have their own contracts. So any of the world's
good,
stuff,
yeah.
for example, not allowed because they're collaborative efforts with other artists.
Well, so out of the ones we know, the Pentakills, the KDSs, I'm assuming none of them they're going to be in it.
Yeah.
They're basically.
Pentakill is effectively done in house mostly. KDA is a no, none of the world stuff. But there's playlists on Spotify that it's like there is a specific Twitch streaming playlist for League of Legends.
The one song I want off League of Legends is the song they brought out with Fresh. It wasn't like a proper song. No, when you do the like intro thing for it, and seeing that they brought him out at Halloween, and he had a little girl going. Na, na, na. They had
I'm sure it's in the.
I want that. I so want that.
Probably in the music of League of Legends somewhere. There's 9 volumes of that thing, including the old Summoner's Rift music, which I still say is the best. Why did you get rid of it?
I don't know why I'm looking. I'm typing in Google YouTube, and it's like it's right on the edge of my thing. Yeah. I don't get why I'm doing it.
But I'll get back to the story. Anyway, so people were warned about this. They knew this was coming and everything was prepared in advance. Then randomly one day this week, I think it was sort of Thursday last week, it'll be like the 22nd of October, Twitch just purged all clips that contain copyrighted music from all partner channels. And then sent everyone an email saying, yeah, we've removed all the clips that contain the copyrighted music. We understand that we didn't give you the ability to dispute this information, so we've given you a one-time warning so you can understand copyright law. Part of the DMCA stuff is that if someone disputes or someone claims copyright and takes down a thing, you have the right to dispute that takedown.
Isn't that the same on YouTube?
Yeah, well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's different on Twitch than it is on YouTube. You were just told, suck it up and don't do it again.
Oh, that's what Twitch is basically saying.
Yeah, that's what Twitch has basically done.
Okay.
Is that they've deleted all the clips with no recourse for any streamer to even dispute it, which is worse than YouTube because it.
Yeah,
at least with YouTube they do have the safe harbor stuff. They let you respond.
Yeah,
you can dispute whether it's actually a fraudulent claim or not.
This is a thing that happened to Mumbo Jumbo, the Hermitcraft / Redstoner for YouTube, and he happened to him where he got the rights off the person whose song it was, but what happened was that other person is in a contract with whatever company, and they gave him access to someone else's part of like a tune, which he then modified for his, which then didn't, because he might have gave Mumbo the rights to do his song,
but he was sampling someone else.
That sample wasn't, or whatever he changed in it wasn't part of it. So Mumbo had to go through all his videos and edit his intro out of all of them. And for quite a bit, he had he just had basically his intros of him going hello because he was waiting for a song. But they now have. There's a brilliant person, and I have to admit, brilliant, because I have watched. He does it a lot of it on Twitch itself. He creates most of the music for almost all the Hermits now.
Right.
To my knowledge, he's one of Vendog's the one who introduced him, from what I know, from the Hermitcraft. But I would recommend following him. I'd send you his link in a minute. I can't remember his goddamn name neither. But yeah, if you know some of the videos I think I've put on for you lot, there's one called Work, and it's Grian's basically the one who's doing it. He makes like the video montage of going to work in Minecraft. That was done by this guy. Mumbo for Mayo was done for this guy. A lot of Rendog's music was done by him. From what I know, I think he's Rendog's brother, or some sort of relation to Rendog. But his music skills, and he does it all live. Well, majority of it live on Twitch, almost every single night. I have to admit, I do like his music. I don't get me wrong. I can't sit there and watch him make it.
Yeah.
I just tend to listen to the end products, but that's more because I don't really have the time to sit there and just watch someone do that.
Yeah, fair enough. It's time to now bring in. Sorry, go on, Duncan.
I just want to go back to the original topic for a little bit about the whole copyright thing. Whenever copyright comes up, and when it comes to like YouTube and Twitch and stuff, it always gets me really frustrated because it's like, it's such an oppressive approach that media companies take to the whether it's clips of something for criticism, whether it's using musical clips from artists as background music or whatever. It's like there is no reasonable human being who knows or believes that the use of these songs or clips being used in the manner in which they're being used is somehow diverting funds or revenue away from its original source. No reasonable person thinks that, because that's what that's supposed to be. That's what copyright is for, is to protect your product, so that because you made it, it's yours, you have the right to all proceeds created as a result of that product.
Yeah, I mean, no one should have like be a confusion between a single and a single with some Valorant gunshots.
Yeah, and
over the top of it.
Yeah, and it's like if we get into the legality of unauthorized covers or remixes as a standalone video, that's a whole other thing. But it's like, if you're just have a music playing barely audibly in the background while you're talking over it, who cares?
Yeah.
And it's like, in theory, on paper, copyright law is actually really robustly and almost one-sidedly in favor of the people who use it in the way that it's being used, like YouTubers.
Yeah, there's sort of fair use
clips
system.
or songs or portions of songs. It's very much in the favor of users on paper, but in practice, because media companies have such a tremendous amount of wealth
Cash
and pull to create false claims, or overreaching claims, and because the people on the other side have so little.
Yeah, you have so much. You don't have the full background of what happened from where the song started to where it now is to you.
Because it's like, right away, as soon as the claim has been made, the video is either demonetized or pulled from the website. So right away, that person's losing revenue. They're immediately disadvantaged as far as their actual capacity to even fight back against the claim, because they have less money than they were supposed to have. Therefore, they can't. It's like, okay, let me go find a lawyer for $50, right? So. But
you could just about get a retainer for that, let alone.
And it's also like, on an individual basis, it's kind of like, well, I'll lose that video, or I'll change this thing about my videos, and then it'll be monetizable, and I won't have to deal with this problem anymore. And it's a very it's almost like the media equivalent of a microaggression, where it's kind of like, it seems like a small thing at the time. So it's like, you figure, I'll just change it a little bit, and everything will be fine. I won't have to worry about it. You're still in the right, probably, arguably, but it's no real skin off your nose to change it that one time. But then it's like, it just piles up over time, and you have to change so many things about what you do, because every little thing you could possibly do could get you in trouble with a media company.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. And it becomes this sort of like de facto law, where it's not written anywhere that you're not allowed to use other people's media in this fair use manner, but because of how it is practiced and how it is treated by the media companies, and how and the way in which it is responded to by users, it becomes sort of a de facto law.
It's a bit like the whole thing of people. There's people who sit there and just watch other people's videos, and just had a
the whole react
they
business.
get away with it because they're reacting to it. It's their reactions to this. It's like, no, that's like watching Gogglebox.
Imagine if the react.
Imagine if they just fell asleep and left it in the video.
I've gotten so many recommendations on YouTube of those types of videos lately. And it's weird because it's like I was aware of like the whole reaction scene a long time ago. It's been going on for years, and I never really had to deal with that because it was just never came up for me. And I kind of got spoiled on the reaction series because most of like the reaction channels I ended up watching were not the typical what you think of when you think of a reaction series, where it's just 20% size webcam footage of some guy occasionally. It's in response to video. It's the videos I watch were like, I'm gonna watch. Here's a clip of the thing that I'm reacting to. Now here's my
full
expert
screen
analysis of what happens to it. And
so here's the scene we're doing basically, and then see most I've seen.
See, that would be the Gogglebox.
See, the most I've seen
so much of like the half-assed reaction.
Oh yeah,
it's really annoying me. It's
like
really
I actually thought your camera froze there.
Well, no, it's like you could easily do it as a thumbnail. It's like
I don't know if
British man responds to own podcast.
It's like I don't know if it's like I don't know if this counts as like offensive. It's like when I look at you, I don't think of you as somebody like who'd be really good at sitting perfectly still. I don't know, but you just do it like that, and it's just like, is he having a technical problem or is it? It's
see, I'm very twitchy.
I'm terrible. I'm just like, see, I'm just wavering all over.
See, the only way I can do that is if I lean back. And I do like that.
You see, what betrays it is the TV over there, just like...
Yes. See, what betrays it for me is the light.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's just... Now betray me, bitch.
So I love how we've just all like ended up in like mini freeze frames and stuff, but I needed to Billy Mays this story a little bit more. The old, but wait, there's more. Two things had come out on this. Twitch UK and Ireland, because they've now started doing different Twitter accounts. There's Twitch and then there's Twitch UK and Ireland and so on and so forth.
Is this a bit like the whole thing of certain regions will have certain things, so they're going to start deomatize by region as well?
No. It's just that they're just trying to spread their influence a little bit more, because two things had happened. So it's one, will DMCA all this copyrighted music? While you're here, here's this live stream from electronic dance group Faithless. Okay, that's one. And then the second is because it's coming up to the Halloween. By the way, watch Spooktober. All Spooktober episodes are on the Immaterial Gamers channel. Spooktober. We're coming up to we're in the middle of the final week. There we go. So what Twitch then said was, when was the last time you got scared in a game? Please show us your clips. Bring on a whole bunch of Twitch streamers going, what fucking clips? You've just got rid of them all.
Show us your clips. I would love, and I kind of hope there is, but I would love if there was just an entire thread of either Twitter or Reddit of just people like reposting like this clip has been taken down due to a DMCA claim or something. It's like reposting the same image of this video.
What they should do is just repost that video, but with their reaction.
Yeah, Twitch streamer reacts to Twitch clip being taken down.
That's the most horrifying thing they could have.
Yeah, just like this.
Oh, by the way, the Fresh thing I was after was the login screen for Fresh.
So
yeah, that's what I want.
Login music should be on the volume.
I'd happily somehow get that as a ringtone.
Twitch, when did he come out? 2013, 14, something like that. He'll be on like volume 4. So so that started off with Twitch, and we'll come back to some news a little bit later on. I mean, unless you just want to flip the script and we do the news now and then we do the what's being played near the end.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I say we do the news. Of what I played. The only games that I have played this week have been
League of Legends,
a little tiny bit of League of Legends, and the games we played, the Jackbox games we played the other day. So yeah. I literally have nothing else to talk about. I haven't even played a board game.
Has your sister got that other game, which we all have now?
Yes, that game.
To her, I haven't checked back in on it yet.
Because that game, we're going to be playing it. We said it when we were when it was first announced.
Hold on,
it's going to happen.
Duncan didn't need to. I'm asking her.
Okay, so while Steph asks that, we'll move on to the next thing. Duncan, you like Fire Emblem, right?
I love Fire Emblem. What did they do this time?
No, well, I was about to say, what was the first Fire Emblem game you actually played?
Fuck up. First Fire Emblem game that I played. That would be Blazing Blade on the GBA, except I played it on an emulator. I didn't actually play the physical game itself.
Did you ever play Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon?
That's the first one, right?
It is.
Is that the actual first one, or is that with the name they gave it to the remade version of it? I get mixed up sometimes.
I don't know.
It was the first one that was never released in Europe.
Yeah, it was the one that was not released in the US.
Well, that was most of them. There was 6 Fire Emblem games that were not released internationally until the 2000s.
So Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon, and the Blade of Light.
It was first released in 1990.
And for a limited time, this is the news. It's available on Switch.
You what, me? Oh my fuck.
Yeah, wow, so it's an English release of Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon, and the Blade of Light. Will be available for a limited time for download for $5.99 US on December the 4th. Get it in your calendar. And it'll be available until March 31st next year.
Are they really fucking... Yeah, okay, so that is the original title, and wow, that is a mouthful for a first installment. Holy shit.
Well...
Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon, and the Blade of Light. That's the kind of stuff you come up with when you're on the 6th or 7th installment and you run out of good subtitles.
Yeah. Well, that being said, this is the week of the podcast where the sequel to Borat has come out as a Amazon Prime Video exclusive. And if you want mouthfuls of names, remember that the first film for Borat is actually called Borat: Cultural Learnings of America for Make Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan.
I've never watched any of the Borat
also
films,
simply known as Borat.
Okay, I have a question. Okay. I've noticed it on the bottom of this news article. What is happening with the Epic versus Apple / Google? Well, Epic / Google versus Apple. No, Epic.
Epic are losing badly.
To both sides?
Well, certainly losing to Apple.
I know. Oh yeah, Apple's taking them for everything now. Apple's like, no, we've had this now. Go, you're gone.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you knew the rules.
When I mentioned how many Fire Emblems were released before they became international, I said 6 is just a random number. That's exactly how many games there were for
nice
fan exclusives. I just counted.
Nice, Duncan with the soul read. Yeah, he's done.
All done here. All right. Well, now my dog's not in that corner. I'm gonna actually make my webcam look good.
So so the Borat name was ridiculous, but its sequel is it's simply titled Borat Subsequent Movie Film but its full title is Borat's subsequent movie film, Delivery of Prodigious Bribe to American Regime for Make Benefit Once Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
It's also known as Fire Emblem 4.
It's also known as Fire Emblem 4 Houses.
Yeah. Well, it's better than the joke one from Mikey Newman, formerly of Gearbox and part of Film Joy. I'm a fan, honest. Him and Chris Straub, the comic artist / creepypasta creator, when they did a podcast together, and they did an advert for a film that was going to be called Thor 4 Thors.
4 Thors and 7 Hulks ago.
So that'll be there for you, Duncan. Get yourself that as a Christmas present.
Yes, I will absolutely, if I remember to think about it, to do that, because that would be really fun.
Mark it down.
I imagine it's probably a lot worse than all of the current Fire Emblem games, but it would be really
Amazon.
Cool.
Set reminder for December 4th. What's the reminder for?
Buy Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem. 12 o'clock midday. 12 o'clock midday.
Having a fight with your Alexa.
You never see that with the Alexa adverts, do you?
What? It asked me the same question twice.
12 o'clock, damn it!
I like that you waited too long. She just like, I don't give a fuck what you're reminding me about. It's just to give me time.
You kind of broke up there, I'm afraid.
I just lost my headphones again. I can't.
More technical difficulties.
What it's like to occasionally go deaf.
Are you deaf now? You alive? You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's fine.
Blink twice if you can hear me.
Well,
I said blink, not wink, but okay.
It'll do. Right. So what's the other one? So you were talking about lawsuits, Steph. I mean, I've got a lawsuit for you. It's not the lawsuit that you were thinking of.
Oh, I know it's not. I've read part of this.
Yeah, I know. It's called a segue.
A segue is never needed.
So, Duncan is going over there to grab his Switch so he can just remember it right now.
It's there, but I'm not grabbing it.
Wait.
Fresh earlier.
He's picked up a... What? It's a Thresh Mini Pop?
Yeah.
Pocket
I
Pop.
bought this ages ago. I was at EB Games, and they gotta figure out how to monetize their business since 90% of video games are digital now.
Collectible tat.
They buy. There was one of those mystery boxes that they sell in.
Remember what? I remember when I got one when we were in Austin, and I gave you half the stuff to give to your sister because it was girl stuff. Like, just give it your sister if she wants it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And then I was like, what was I gonna say? But yeah, it was like, it was one of those things like, it's a mystery box, except you're allowed to know everything that's in it for some reason. I also got. I also can't hear again. I really think my headset's dying.
Yeah.
It's dying. Put the cable in it.
If I put the cable in it, it'll turn off completely, and I won't be able to
does it?
Yeah.
Mine doesn't do that.
Turns off. Yeah, these headphones are ridiculous because they're not like supposed to be used for a PC. They're supposed to be like
for your phone or something.
Yeah, it's like they really don't like being connected to my computer very much at all. I had to buy a separate dongle that did not come with the headset just to make it connect to my computer.
So
that
you jury-rigged it.
In all of itself. So like when I plug it into power, it's just like goodbye until I.
Good night, farewell.
Auf Wiedersehen, saying goodbye.
Okay, so
okay, back to the lawsuit.
So EA Well known for
every media company
screwing things up.
Well known for trying to say that their loot boxes weren't loot boxes and that they were surprise mechanics. Yeah. Note how no one was surprised that they would say something like that.
I love the fact as you say that. All I hear when you said it was a surprise mechanic, all I expect there was someone just to pop out of a box and go, "Surprise, motherfucker!"
Well, like Samuel L. Jackson is hired by EA and just like
everything is a surprise mechanic in a game. It's just like, oh, that was surprising. I lost because the other guy bought all the good stuff.
Yeah, git. But yeah, so by the way, that last piece about Fire Emblem was from The Verge. This is from PC Gamer. And yeah, so the suit has been filed in Canada. Blame Canada.
Oh, thank you.
Actually, blame EA.
Thank you, fuck. We'll get you, man. We're Canadians. So, we might be pushovers in terms of like military and diplomacy and well, okay, I shouldn't say that about the military. We have a very small military, but they're well trained. That's fine. They're great. They do a good job. As far as like diplomacy and like international conflicts, we're total pushovers. We're like, we're too nice. But when it comes to like,
sorry, we're in your way.
Like consumer protection laws and shit, it's like we don't fuck around. It's like, hey, you don't get away with that shit in Canada.
Yeah, and that shows because they're not fucking around. Two plaintiffs, one in British Columbia and the other in Ontario.
What up?
So is this
cross-Canadian lawsuit?
That's two
people, human beings.
No, I mean, like, is this just a general, like, average Joe?
Yes. Yes, it's a two-man lawsuit, not a class action, but
a lawyer.
No, but if you actually think of it, if this passes, this becomes a bigger thing.
Well,
it's true.
Yeah, it becomes a precedent.
Precedent is a big deal with civil cases, you know.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, if you did a thing, and the judge said this in a similar case, it's just like, well, I mean, why would it be different this time? Makes sense to me. Stamp.
Yeah, that's how some people get away with stuff as well.
Like
the whole thing of like Mariner's Law and
everything. Well, that's the thing. That's I mean, that's a problematic thing. Going back to what we were talking about earlier. Excuse me. But going back to what we were talking earlier about the whole, copyright law and stuff. That's the biggest concern about. Oh, for fuck's sake! I think my headset just died. But as long as you can still hear me, I'll just keep talking. But it's the big thing is like even if like the actual written law just is still in favor of the consumer, when enough times go by where the media company or media holder gets away with doing things that are well beyond their actual legal rights, when something does make it to court, the judge has to look back and say, well, in these 900,000 other cases, things went their company's way, so why should we favor the little guy this time? It's like case law and precedent law it's a big deal, and you can get whole sections of of your law books rewritten because one court decision went one way when maybe it should have gone the other, arguably. Okay, I can hear you. So yeah, resuming our original bitty boo of Canadian man sues EA because EA is heartless.
Yeah. So according to the article, the lawsuit states gaming is strictly controlled and licensed in this country. In breach of these laws, the defendants have operated an unlicensed, illegal gaming system through their loot boxes.
Wait, don't we technically have that law as well?
In a sense, but it's being reviewed by the Gambling Commission of whether it is actually considered gambling or not. Because gambling technically is betting on something of value.
Yeah, but then
value.
But then it depends on how you do this, because it's like saying loot boxes in certain games come on Steam, like Payday, where that's a value. You paid for that box, and it has a value. You can then sell it on Steam.
Yeah,
true. There is a real monetary value associated with digital items you buy and trade and collect on Steam.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
True.
None of EA's things on Steam.
Well, there's that. That's probably the crux, and it is that none of the stuff that is in EA's game has any monetary value. So you're spending a fixed amount of money for an item which has zero value.
It's coming down to the same thing of things like Fortnite, where Fortnite has put the thing forward. Our loot boxes are more for you can get rarer loot and you get more pristine, and then people who don't have as rare loot are being pressured
dirty defaults.
Being pressured by other people to buy more.
Yeah, that's sort of what
to take the gamble of getting better prestige and better equipment.
As far as loot boxes go, I'm one of those people who's like, I'm less offended by the idea of them if loot from loot boxes never has an impact on your actual gameplay experience. Like, you don't have, like, it doesn't give you the opportunity to get items that are of actual that actually affect your ability to play the game. Bonus stats or whatever. As long as it's mainly focused on cosmetics and aesthetic stuff, I'm generally not too offended by it. It's still a little bit weird because it does trigger a certain dopamine reaction in the brain, which can be really difficult for certain people to deal with. But I'm also on the side of, like, if the law were to change tomorrow that says loot boxes of any kind in any game anywhere ever cannot exist forever, for all time, I'd be like, okay, I guess that's just fine. I guess that's just how life is going to work from now on. I really don't care for them. I would probably rather they just didn't exist. Even in the case where it's like there's a legitimate reason for them to exist, like a digital card game where it's like basically every pack is effectively a loot box, which directly necessarily impacts gameplay. Even in those kinds of cases that would be strictly negatively impacted by that kind of law, I would still be like, I think on the whole we're probably just going to come out ahead here as far as consumers go.
True.
I'm not a fan of them, and I definitely don't like the way in which the bigger companies have implemented them.
Well, like I said,
it's a very cheap, lazy, and manipulative way of making extraordinary amounts of money off of a very vulnerable set of customers in place of just being good at making video games. I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean the classic criminals on this is EA's FIFA and their Ultimate Team mode, which is, I mean, you have to have the skill to play. Madden is the other example as well, because they do have one for that. Of this sort of side game mode where you buy booster packs of players, put them into a team, and then you could be better or worse than someone because your players have got better stats than everyone else. I mean, there's still the element of skill, but there is a distinct gameplay advantage in getting these, like, better players and stuff like that, and you're persuaded to keep buying, and they do the same classic trick that they give you of, here's some free currency, come on in, we'll give you some free packs to start.
That's just weird. It's just like, wait, you could very easily. It's like, okay, it's not like ultra realistic if all your digital football players play exactly the same, because in real life people have different skill sets and track records and stuff.
Yeah,
but it's like it would be really easy and probably not that substantial to the casual player to just make all the units play the same, because it would be certainly more balanced, it would be more competitive, but it's just
all defenders defend exactly the same, all strikers have the same strikey stuff. Yeah, but they don't, and that's where they get you. like, oh, this Ronaldo is better than that
realism.
Ronaldo. It's just crap. But let's see what. So there's a whole list of games that they've bought these boosters, loot boxes, surprise mechanics, for them, and up to and including FIFA, Madden, Apex, Battlefield games, Dragon Age Inquisition and Mass Effect 3, and Andromeda, which has surprised Steph that they actually had loot boxes in the first place. That's because they had multiplayer in, which also surprised Steph.
Yeah, I never played the multiplayer.
Need for Speed Payback, they had the like upgrade crates.
I think I actually did play once Mass Effect multiplayer, and that was because I needed it to get something, and then just never played it again. I think I needed an achievement or something.
I believe like multiplayer in Mass Effect 3 was required to get the uber good ending because you needed some galaxy strength. Or like galaxy, the galaxy readiness rating, was it?
One of the DLCs needed it for something because you had to collect an item or something for it.
But yeah.
I was just reading the list of games that are affected by this lawsuit. I just
love the fact that Sims Mobile's on there.
Fucking Sims.
Sims Mobile.
And Plants vs Zombies 2 is About Time, which was the mobile only one.
That's exactly the one I was looking at. It's like Plants vs Zombies 2, and I just had like this very angry flashback of like, oh my god, Plants vs Zombies 2, the sequel to one of the most fun and novel and cool like defense style games to come out of the 2000s with such a wide mass appeal and wonderful visuals and simple yet interesting gameplay. What a great fucking game. I can't believe there's a sequel to that. Oh, it's shit because of big microtransactions. Thanks, yay, I hate everything.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow, way to fucking ruin like one of the most iconic video games to have come out of the 2000s. Like right up there with like Portal and Half-Life 2. Like genuinely a really culturally impactful game, and you just fucked it, you know? It's like, why?
Yeah, just bad. It's just bad. It's like, oh, you know, how do we do this? How do we take the core Plants vs Zombies experience and make it worse? Oh, I don't know, rechargeable energy.
Yeah, it's just like I don't really even care. Battlefield 4, fuck you. If you still play Battlefield, you deserve to lose your money. But Zombies, you ruined that game. No, you deserve to get sued. I don't care.
Yeah, Heroes of Dragon Age. That must be a mobile.
It sounds
Dragon Age game.
Mobile. I don't know why. Something about the name. It's just like Heroes of Mobile. Yeah, it's.
It's a freemium mobile tactical role-playing game developed by Capital Games and published by EA.
Could you possibly have a worse sounding string of words to describe a game than freemium mobile blah blah blah? It's just like you may as well just call it a gacha game. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Overly limiting stamina bar. What a surprise. Oh, I wonder if it's even still around. Probably not. But, stuff searching.
What?
So, what else on that list? Oh, Galaxy Heroes. Yeah, that's still going. War Friends? What the hell's War Friends?
You know.
It's a military fighting thing, if I remember correctly. I might be getting that mixed up with something else.
Let's see. It was a third-person shooter game. With bobblehead men. If you have a look at the images, they look like Funko Pops. It's just there. Yeah, but it looks crap.
Well, good luck, Canadian man.
Yeah, Canadian men.
Go for it.
We salute you.
I don't know what they are. It could be anything.
Yeah, if they do any success against EA on this, it'd be interesting.
Open the floodgates. And then all of a sudden, all the lawsuits. 2021 is just nothing but lawsuits against EA and other big media companies.
Well, it'd make a welcome change from 2020, wouldn't it? Let's be fair.
Yay!
If 2020 was the year of the virus, 2021 is the year of the suit.
Yeah, because everyone needs the money to make it back out of 2020. Sue all the gaming companies. Why they still made money in all of this?
2021, the year of financial redistribution.
I am not about the socialism. I am not anti-capitalist. I am literally going to school to be a financial planner / investment banker / money making person. That's my whole field. I just
making the moolah.
At my heart of hearts, that it is perfectly possible and in fact easy in most situations for normal ass human beings and normal ass investors to come together and make a profit in steady, fair increments without breaking the law, without violating ethics, exploiting people. Just use a little bit of math, a little bit of common sense, and have a lot of patience, and we can all come out ahead and smiling and hugging and friendly. And I lost my headset again, but yeah, that's we can do it. We can do it together.
So that's the news, and that's actually nearly brought us up to 50 minutes. So. Oh, poor Duncan. He's having such a bad time of it with the dodgy headset or the headphones. So
I love the fact we can hear when it actually leaves.
Its ghost of its signal just goes.
Yeah.
So while Duncan goes and gets that changed, have you played anything, Steph, that might be different that you want to have a quick chat about, or you just want a quick update on stuff that you have been playing?
I've played a game and I sent you something from it. I sent it you on WhatsApp while you were at work.
Oh.
It was a certificate. It was either for leveling. It was either for leveling in it or finger, and it's called Poo Factory.
Yes, I remember now.
By the way, I sent it for Darius. I sent it to Darius for almost a full week of playing it because I started playing it after the last podcast.
I will say,
I love that beautiful white screen.
I will say that I think what something might be going on with my headset is I have 2 different USB splitters going on in my
It's a certificate counter. Poo weight 240 kilograms.
Very nice.
Above fact is certified by the World Poo Association.
So yeah, I've been playing Idle Poo Factory, where literally all you do is buy the upgraded food. It's like a machine body thing that you've got, and the head just goes up and down like this, and your stomach's just got 2 gears in it, what grinds the food down more, and then you've got a bit that just turns it into poop. Literally, I think I'm level 20 something in it. And that's all I literally did. And then to send out, I tormented Darius for about a week with it.
By literally sending him shit.
Yeah, but there's a better thing. I was playing it at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning when I was sending it in.
God, he was tired of that shit.
So
you did the thing.
He just
literally tired.
What's this from? What's this about? And yeah, I never replied to any of them, and just kept sending it. So he still has no idea where it came from.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of person Darius is, or because I barely know him, to be perfectly honest. If you did that to me, like day 2, you're muted. I do not have time for that shit. Literally, it's just like you're if this is what you're gonna do, is like you're muted. I'll wait until somebody else tells me that you've stopped before I unmute you. It's like all right, well, 2 days with this, and just boop. Hey Ryan, how you doing?
You
Hi,
say
hi.
it's 2 days of it. Yeah, it'll be something like, say,
Second message.
I'll send you one message, and then I'll be normal for the rest of the day, and then later on, but around the same time, I'll just send you another one.
Yep.
And then I'll be normal again.
And that's all it takes.
No, you wouldn't do that.
Oh dear. And
you would do it if it was a persistent, if it was a continuous thing of me sending you every like 20 minutes. Then yes, I would believe you would mute me. But if I sent it you once every almost 24 hours, I don't think you would. As long as we're having conversations in between.
So, okay, I just want to take a quick break and say, this is the dongle that I used for my connecting my headphones. I think what may have happened, and we'll see if it's true in a few minutes when my headphones either do or do not disconnect. I have as many as 2 USB splitters attached to the back of my computer to get all my shit between my monitors, my microphone, my headset, webcam, mouse, all that crap. I have a lot of stuff I need to connect by USB, so I've got 2 splitters. But while I was moving the other day, the one splitter that this was hooked into, I dropped it like twice, and it might be kind of fucked up. I think that might be why I keep disconnecting, because it just interrupts the signal for like half a second. But because this dongle is so temperamental, like that's all it needs. It'll just kick me out for minutes if I do that. So I've moved it to the other splitter, which is in perfect condition, and hopefully there'll be no further interruptions.
The problem will be solved. Cool.
Till next time.
Yeah.
I need to buy a new splitter now because I still need 2.
Yeah, that depends.
You still need to split the things.
This is the test. If it happens again, it's not the splitter. I'll try something else in the splitter.
The reason I think it's the splitter is because, if it was just my headset, it would just be like my headset would just be like, and like it would like the dongle itself would still be active and connected properly, but my headset would be like struggling to connect. But when I actually looked into my Discord settings while I was losing audio, my actual dongle was not being detected. So I think it's actually a detection problem, not a headset problem. So
I say you just need to get more USB slots.
I need a lot of USB.
How many USBs do you have in your computer?
Okay, so I've got. Okay, so
I think I do use all mine. I think I've got about 6.
I've got one for Xbox One. I had just a USB memory stick a minute ago, which I've taken out currently. I've got my microphone. I've got one of the splitters takes up a slot itself. I've got the webcam. I've got my mouse. And I've got my keyboard, which has like 2 USBs by itself.
Why has your keyboard got 2?
I don't really know. I think it's like because it's like one of those funky keyboards, so it's got like it's got like lights and buttons and all that. So I think there's like different features.
If that's the case, let me tell you, mine's identical to that. It is mechanical, lights up, has special other buttons, and it still only has 1.
I don't know. I don't even know if they're all entirely necessary. They might not be necessary, but whatever it is, there's a bunch of them, and I've plugged them all in anyway, just in case they, work. Also, I think the reason why there's so many plugs is because it also has like a bunch of extra plugs in on the side. So I think.
Oh look, there's a USB in that. You should You should put it in through your
That's actually. I wonder if that would work. I wonder if I'd be able to do that because I think it's basically the same. Like it's just like a USB extension. It's got a slot for a headset and microphone. Who knows?
Next time we're going to be here listening to Duncan through his keyboard.
It'll probably sound the same. You won't even know.
I will.
Yeah. Oh dear.
It won't actually work because the dongle will stick out. It's too far out, and it'll rub against my keyboard tray. It won't work.
So Steph talked about that. Duncan talked about a couple of things. He said, "Oh yeah, I started playing some Deus Ex: Mankind Divided.
I couldn't get into that.
It's more Deus Ex Computer Divided because didn't even get through the prologue mission before the computer said, no, you shouldn't be playing this. Play better game."
I think mine did the exact same thing, you know.
I was having a phone call with Sarif and played it, but luckily I've played it on the PS4 as well, so anyone who doesn't know what it is, stealth action shooter game, man who didn't ask for this asks for this, and it's not. Well, I mean, the gameplay itself was fine, and it's no worse than Human Revolution, which was good, but it had the breach mode in, which is a free-to-play thing, which is now its own mode, and has got microtransactions up the wazoo.
Oh, that's always good. It's not like we talk about those every fucking
week with every fucking game.
It's almost like it's one of the worst things to happen in the history of video games. So much so that we have to keep talking about it because it's still a problem every week.
Yeah. Just also like abuse in the game industry and crunch and all the other stuff that people are supposed to just expect and consume.
You are a consumer.
So based on that, Watch Dogs is coming out on the 29th of October. Is anyone going to buy that when it comes out? No.
I didn't even hear what you just said. So
Watch Dogs
that was
Legion.
an epic joke. I was not listening.
No. I can't say I've got the money for it.
I probably have the money for it, but I don't have the support to Ubisoft while their investigations are not dredging up anything that's been confirmed as pretty much true.
Mr. Ross Scott did a review of the Deus Ex series, including Human Revolution, a few years ago.
Oh, good old Ross.
Ross, I like him. He's a good YouTuber. He's very much on the hey, please stop ruining video games train. And a lot of my opinions on the worst aspects of the gaming industry are largely informed by him. I've discussed and shared a lot of his works over the
Games as a Services fraud video.
I guess we've technically been doing this for over 2 years. That we've been doing this podcast. He's a good guy. I think he's got his head in the right space for it for the most part. Yeah. He's also really funny. If you ever just watch his regular content, he's very just sort of like dry, surreal kind of humor.
I have watched a couple of episodes of the Game Dungeon and grew up watching Freeman's Mind. So
yeah, no kidding. Fucking grew up watching Freeman's Mind. I'll do you one better. In the finale of the first Freeman Mind series, there's like a credit sequence where he featured various comments by random YouTubers from his earlier episodes. It may have been just the first one, or it may have been just like the first few episodes. But like early in the series, like we're talking 2007, 2008, circa era.
Yeah.
My name appears in that list as a comment that I made that I deduced I would have written when I was about 12 years old, 13 years old.
So is that from the finale of Freeman's Mind 1 then?
Yeah, it's in there. I think my comment was, and I quote, "I love you in a not gay way," or something like that. something to that extent.
Episode 68.
I know you're not supposed to say, and I quote, followed by something to that extent. That's not really how that works, but you know, words are hard. I'm a math guy, not a words guy. My sister, she's supposed to be the words girl.
God, yeah.
Okay, I've just discovered something.
Did this series get anyone else addicted to Doritos? Is one of the quotes I've just.
No.
I haven't seen these videos, so I'll say it's gay just out of the blue for now. Oh, Yeah, roses are blue, violets are red. I am bad at poetry. Washing machine.
Senna's not Senna.
Senna's not Senna.
No.
Why? I'll see if I can find my.
Because
my
if you go by Lucian's, is it Lucian? Yeah, Lucian's login screen for when he was the main character that came out, it actually has an image of her trapped in Freshie's lantern. That is not the same Senna.
Wow. Okay.
They look nothing identical.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, I found it.
What's the timestamp?
Episode 68. It's 13:25. Duncan Van Oyen. Yay! I love this guy in a non-gay way. That's my full comment. Full quote. Oh, and then the next one right down is I love
you, Roscoe. Partly homo, I think.
So I see what he was going for there.
Mm-hmm.
The new champion that's come out recently looks more like her.
Oh my god!
Yeah. No, the pirate one. Yeah, looks more like her. Part of the eye patch.
So we've done that bit where we went off track, but I think we've talked about some games recently. We talked about some gaming news, and we talked about quotes of Duncan's claim to fame in a Freeman's Mind episode.
Yay! Oh my god, it's freaking disturbing that was like that quote was, and like I said, that I was probably like no older than 13 when I wrote that.
Yeah, because I mean, this was uploaded 31st of December, but this is the archive of the quotes from episode 1 onwards. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, but it's also like that video itself is already 6 years old, and it's kind of gross.
Yeah. What's up, Steph?
Okay, see how like I'm changing the lighting in my room?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just by covering Duncan's picture.
Are you saying that my bright?
That's how bright you are to me, and then it's like dim, bright, dim, bright, dim, bright, dim, bright, dim.
If I did this.
Okay, that's what it looks like now. It don't really change as much.
That's because I'm super white. Also, my hair is way more red when I do this.
But yeah, I literally just put in a thing in the. I love the fact that your face literally filled the spot up where I had Senna because I'm moving the launcher for League of Legends up and down. Your head matched right where Senna's was. And I was like, oh god. I'm just gonna put it. You're now Senna.
My camera.
Yeah.
Now now I'm covering up yours.
Ah, yeah, I can actually see the exposure completely change on your screen. It's like, oh look, normal, and completely washed out.
Oh, right. Well, we're having too much fun with this, so we'll probably do this off in our time. So we're gonna wrap this up.
And my time is their time. If they don't like it, they know where to go.
Yes, to youtube.com and search for the Immaterial Gamers YouTube channel, which I've been a bit concerned because you should have already seen it because it's already on here. But then again, you may have watched the preview clip off Facebook or Twitter, where we also exist, and we also exist on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah. This gets 10 likes. Duncan will do the next podcast naked.
I could probably find 10 people.
Okay, how about this?
Don't do now.
It doesn't have to prove. It basically will be shirtless.
If this video gets 10 likes before the next episode is released, then yeah, sure. The next podcast I'm on, I'll be naked.
Okay, that's going to be really concerning.
Wait, how many likes are we going for this?
10.
10? Okay. I know 10
Hell, I wouldn't mind if it even got 10 views. It would be great.
Just imagine it's just going to have no views.
It's going to be
0 seconds.
It's going to be 10 views. It's going to be at least 75% duration and 10 likes.
Okay, Duncan doesn't need to know about the two first bits.
Duration is important because if Stefan makes 10 bot accounts and just
tanks the channel
2 seconds in, ruins our algorithm forever, permanently. just for a dumb joke. Yeah, that's no good. We don't want that.
You know, I could make 10 bots and just make them all sit there watching it, right, and still hit like.
Yeah, well, I can make your lighting slightly better.
Thank
See?
You.
Now we're ruining
it. I can also make it better myself. Look, it's me.
Right. I see the the great big hammer, big yeeters coming in this direction. So it's time for us to yeet the hell out of here.
Yeah.
That's good for you, Ryan, because he's only coming for you.
Okay then. Well, bye everyone.
I've got the Lotus coming for me.